to see you. Yeah, no problem. I brought the recipe with me. So, are you ready to start cooking? Okay, awesome. Okay, I didn't know what you have here, so I brought everything that we should need for the recipe. Yeah, of course. So let's go ahead and check. Just double check and see that I have everything we'll need. Okay. The ingredients are 1 cup all-purpose flour. I brought these measuring cups for us. Okay, here's the flour. Next, 2 eggs. Half a cup of milk. This is low-fat milk. I think that'll be fine, if you don't mind. It's just what I had in the fridge, so. Half a cup of water. Yeah, you've got that. Although, you have a filter water pitcher, don't you? Okay, great. I think we should use that because, you know, the water here in this city tastes a little weird. And whenever I cook with water that doesn't taste good, the food usually doesn't taste good, so we'll use filtered water for that. Okay, what's next? 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Got that. And lastly, 2 tablespoons of butter melted. Okay. I brought a stick of butter with me. I told you I brought everything. Alright. So what do we do first? I'm gonna move these. Okay. The first step says, in a large mixing bowl, whisk together the flour and the eggs. Gradually add in the milk and water, stirring to combine. Add the salt and butter. Beat until smooth. Okay, let's start by measuring out the flour. It said 1 cup. Ooh, making a mess. Let's see, 1/4 cup, 1/3 cup, 1/2 cup, here we go. I'll try not to make too big of a mess. Little more. Okay. I'm going to close this up and set it aside. Let's add that to the bowl. Okay. And now we need 2 eggs. Now, you should always crack your eggs on a flat surface, because if you crack them on the side of a bowl or something like that, you're pushing all of the bacteria into the egg. So let's crack the eggs on the counter. There's 1. And 2. All right. I'm going to take this whisk and just combine them. to do it slowly at first because the flour will go everywhere. Oh, it will. Don't worry. Yeah, I know in the beginning it looks like it's not going to be enough liquid to combine, but it's like magic. Okay. Just keep going. It's getting very sticky now. Let's go ahead and measure out the milk and the water. Okay. 1/2 cup of milk. There's the milk. And 1/2 cup of your filtered water. There we go. Now it says gradually add in the milk and the water, stirring to combine. So let's pour just a little bit in and stir it up. Now it's getting a little smoother. Yeah, it's still really tough though. Okay, let's add a little bit more. Just keep stirring. We want this batter to be really, really smooth. More milk and water. And stir it up. Now we're getting there. Okay, 2 more splashes and I think we'll be there. Yeah, it should be thin. Crepes are really, really thin, and the batter has to be very thin as well. Okay, let's add in that last bit of milk and water. Perfect. Stir it up. And be sure to scrape the sides so you don't leave any flour. so everything is combined now. Last, we need to add in the salt and the melted butter, and after that we can beat the mixture until it's really smooth. How much salt did it say? 1/4 teaspoon? Okay, that's not very much at all. Yeah, of course, we can measure it if it makes you feel better. Got my salt here. 1/4 teaspoon. Almost. There we go. And just dump it in. Okay. Now we need to melt some butter. So I'll be right back. I'll pop this in the microwave. And you just sit tight. Okay, here's the butter. That's what 2 tablespoons of melted butter looks like. Not very much at all. And just dump that into the bowl. Alright. Now we beat it until it's very blended. Keep going. Let's check the consistency. Okay, that's nice and thin. Yeah, it's so important for the batter to be really thin that a lot of people actually make it in a blender. But I know you don't have a blender, so a whisk is fine. It should almost be runny. Okay, I think we're done. Now before we actually grease up the pan and start to cook the crepes, we need to put them in the refrigerator for 1 hour. That is a little secret to make them perfect. So go ahead and pop those in the fridge, and we'll come back in 60 minutes.